Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and today we're talking about sharing HP across your team. This idea is very common in competitive play, and the idea is that as long as you're still alive, if you have 1 HP left, you can still shoot things. A live tank is a dangerous tank. In this spot, I am trying not to be a dangerous tank, and I YOLO ahead out in front of my team, walk into an ISU which plows me in the face and starts me on fire. So with less than 300 HP, I'll certainly die to any shot the ISU lands on me, even if he's using just high explosive ammo. And if the T-44 pens me and rolls just a little bit high, I will die to him as well. The problem is I'm kind of stuck here. I'm hull down, so that's going to be my best option. So a random player that I did not know before this game, named Patience, jumps out in a Panther II and is able to save me. He's going to give some of his HP so that I can live. As I start to pull back, you notice that they are lunging because they smell blood in the water. And Patience pulls in front of me to shield me from the enemy, and I take advantage and I pull behind him. Now, what happens generally is that everybody wants a kill, and so they're aiming for me, so I just hide behind Patience, and they end up holding their shots and not shooting. So even though he had to give up some hit points to do so, the net effect is I did not die here, and I did another 1500 damage beyond this. Now the game could have been closer, and that definitely could have made the difference. Now, you don't always have to save someone who's just intent on suiciding. I think that I got myself into a really stupid position. I really appreciate what he did for me, but, maybe he should have let me die there. Taking hits for teammates when you're in a platoon or when you're in a competitive environment is even more effective. Since you're platooning together, you have kind of an implied contract to help the other person out. This means that you can start to depend on people to look out for you when you need it. My platoon mate and I are rushing towards the middle in mediums. If we can get this spot, it's highly likely that we can win because there are a lot of different firing angles from this area and a lot of different places that we can spot from. I track the Leo in the open, and as I back away, I look at the minimap and realize we have real problems here. We're pretty much surrounded. If we get pushed from multiple sides, it's going to be a big issue. Our team does not look very intent on getting away from the starting area or helping us out, so we're pretty much on our own. On cue, there is an IS-7 and a Patton that pop up on the east side. The Leo's also on our side to take shots, but we need to conserve HP, so I pull out in front of my platoon mate. I want him to use me as cover while we work down the Patton and the IS-7. You have to be really quick about this because you don't want it to be too late. So I absorb 2 shots. Those would have killed my platoon mate. He's in an E50 and I'm in a 121. This makes it kind of neat because he can just shoot over me for the most part, and that's kind of a downside in that they can shoot over me at him for the most part. But it's still a difficult shot, and the IS-7 does bounce one off of the E50 or it gets tracked. So far we've accounted for ourselves pretty well. We've taken down a Patton, we are going to take down this IS-7, we heavily wounded that Leo, and we are working on the IS-7 that's moving towards our other platoon mate. That is not bad considering we thought we were dead just a moment ago. Now an Object 268 just appears out of nowhere, and I move to face hug him. Now I can't just let him shoot over me because he has penetration. He's just going to go through the E50's turret. I have 950 hit points, which is just enough to eat a shot and survive. Both of my platoon mates were able to get a shot on the 268, and after eating a shot, I'm able to abuse his reload time and getting 2 shots to his 1. Sadly, we can't continue to trade HP forever as there's just no more HP to trade. But you know what? We accounted for 2 IS-7s, a Patton, a 268, and the near death of a Leo when it looked like everything was going to go hopelessly wrong. We did it without communication. There was no vent, there was no TeamSpeak, there was no typing. We just thought quick and moved to protect our platoon mates. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.